Thank you very much. We have an incredible assembly today, and this is a very, very special day for our country and a very special day for many of our distinguished guests here today. I want to thank everybody again for taking time out of their school day to be here and to honor our veterans who have fought for our country and have given the ultimate sacrifice. What we're going to do today is we have a student council planned assembly program. They have spent a lot of time putting this together, and so I think you'll find that that will make even a little extra special touch to this event. We have a very distinguished speaker here with us today, Captain George Strabel, Jr., who is a commander in the 249th Transportation C Company in the 36th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army. And I didn't memorize that, sir, but that is a very impressive credential, and he has a very special message for all of us today. So without further ado, the presentation of colors.
so many heroes in one room. Now, without further ado, please give a warm Hornet welcome to our guest speaker, Captain Jorge Strauss.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best to try and knock off the speaker. So if when he battles, can pretty much cue me if I'm gonna knock this off. That'd be great, appreciate it. First off, good morning, Hornets. Some thank yous, Amber. Great job. We typically don't use first names. Last name is easy to read, but most people call me Jorge. Okay, you pronounce it great. Good job. I appreciate it. Okay. Mr. K, thank you for giving me a buzz. Mr. K and I served over in Iraq in 2010 to 2011, and he called me up and he said, "Hey buddy, I want you to come speak to Hopewell Middle School." And I said, "I will be there for you." So I had to disappoint my kids, unfortunately, but they know exactly what Dad does and why he does it, okay? So I am honored to be here. Lastly, to you folks over here, when we do what we do it with goosebumps. We absolutely loved what we did, and we loved wearing this uniform. And the best part of it was because we were able to do it together. Many of us that did it, we did it because those that are grandfathers or our fathers, someone that maybe paid the ultimate sacrifice so we can sit here, still say the Pledge of Allegiance, and be thankful for what we have. I'll talk about what the military means to me, why I do it, but I'll talk about what I wish I knew and what I wish I listened to, and my teachers and my coaches were trying to tell me something or teach me something that I failed to listen to, okay? First off, I am not a Texan, so please don't boo me and hate me for that, okay? But I got here as fast as I can, okay? I married a beautiful Texas woman that grew up her entire life, and she sold Texas to me, okay? I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old has grown up and watched Dad leave every morning, but came home every night. And again, it's unfortunate that they can't be here because they're in school just like you. So Mom made me do push-ups when I tried to take them out of school today. So I tried to get them. I have spent 15 years in this uniform, and it's the only thing I've ever done. I grew up, and some of you might look at me, well, why are you telling us about your life? Why we don't really understand or really care to know, where you came from. But the best thing about the military and the armed forces is it does not matter where you came from. It does not matter if you were born with a silver spoon in your hand or in your mouth, or if you grew up in a trailer park like I did. It does not matter. What matters is that right now you take the opportunity that is given to you today, and that's what all matters, okay? And that's the biggest thing that the military gave to me. They said, Jorge, I do not care that your dad spent his entire life in prison. I don't care. I don't care that you and your 5 sisters lived and survived off food stamps and government cheese your entire life. I do not care. What I do care about is that you are committed, you are focused on teamwork, and you trust those people around you and trust what that you are doing every day is the right thing to do. And about 6-7 years ago, I really wasn't quite sure if this uniform was exactly what I wanted to do. Didn't know. feeling the pressure of our loved ones, our wives and mom and dad tells us to do things, and we're like, I really don't know. I know it's supposed to be the best thing to do, but I don't know. Well, I was walking down the streets of a little mahalla or a neighborhood in Iraq one day, and we see lots and lots of little kids. And all they do is see soldiers, and they want to run to the soldier because they know what America stands for and what this uniform stands for. So I was being friendly to these kids, like I love kids. I love people for that matter. I said, hey little man, what do you want to be when you get older? Marine? Hoorah! We got one right over here, buddy, that'll talk to you, okay? But if you ask this little kid in Iraq that was covered head to toe in mud and dirt and was filling up black, dirty water bottles to drink water out of, they did not know. We ask any little kid on the street today, and they'll tell you 20-minute long story about what they want to be. But unfortunately, they don't grow up with ambition and inspiration and guidance from our teachers and our peers around us to say, hey, this is what you need to do to reach your goals. And I was sad. And I said, the reason why we're here is to bring this country or these kids a purpose to live. A purpose to want to be something better than what they are today. And that's really the greatest thing that the Lord gave to me. Right now, you two young ladies are given the exact same opportunity to do whatever you want to do. You too, all right? Amongst everybody else in here. But what it comes down to is taking the first step forward. I know what I want to do, but because maybe it's too hard, or my friends think it's uncool, or I'm just scared. I do not know how to do it. But if your friend is standing there next to you, and that teamwork is there, and I know that if I fall down, one of these folks are going to pick me up. I know that. And I just met him today. But I know that. If you have that, we call them battle buddies. If you have that friend or that teacher, or it may be your uncle or someone that, he tells you what right is. I didn't listen to that when I was younger. So I got told a lot saying, hey, you're going to learn the hard way. How many of y'all have heard that from your parents? Look around. Look how many hands are up, right? Why do you think we are told that? Why do you think our parents tell us that? Go ahead. Nice and loud. Basically, what is right and wrong. You're absolutely correct. What they want for you is to not fall down like they fell down. There is not one thing that you will do that your parents have not done. I guarantee that. So when they tell you, look son, daughter, one day you're going to learn the hard way. All right? It's because, one, they actually care about you. They could just not say anything and just let you roam the streets all day, right? But because they nag and they pick on you, or you feel like they're picking on you, they truly want the best for you. You're going to learn the hard way. Few things you absolutely have to learn on your own. But there's some of those things that we follow, again, we follow our friends, or we follow someone else because everyone else is doing it. You're going to learn the hard way, okay? But your battle buddies are here. All right? I'm thankful that the military issued me a battle buddy. Because we cannot do most things in our life on our own. We cannot do it. Luckily, we have the one perfect being, and that's the good Lord, right? We don't expect, your parents do not expect you to be perfect. We don't, because we all have our faults as a human being. But what your parents and what I expect you to do is at least strive for perfection. Because if you do everything, all the little things right, and you may think it's just as little as picking up a piece of paper in the hallway when you're going to class, that's a big thing. Think about everybody that had seen you pick up that piece of paper. Hang on, you didn't have to do it, but you took the 2 seconds out of your time to do something good and to do something right. We don't expect you to be perfect by any means, because none of us are. But strive for that perfection. And then trust. It took a long time, and if you come from, a certain background or have had certain experiences to where you just couldn't trust anybody, and now you're starting to learn it over again, trust what Mr. K is telling you. Goes back to those hard lessons learned again. We have, and most leaders in the military have what's called an open door policy. Does your principal have that? An open door policy? He may not know. At any time, you are more than welcome to pick up the phone and call Jorge at any time you want to. Okay? Find that person that you trusted. See what they do. Do what they do, because we are creatures of habit. If this little man right here, right? See, he wants me to scratch my nose already. He's over here kind of scratching his nose, doing those things that little kids do, right? We tend to follow suit. All right? We are creatures of habit. Maybe some of you young ladies down here, I see a lot of us don't have shoes. I assume you might trip and fall, you might scuff up this last floor. But it may be, hey, she didn't wear her shoes, so I'm not wearing my shoes. It may be, I see a lot of bright orange Nike shirts in here. Buddy went out and bought brand new shoes, brand new shirt, so I gotta have the new gear, new shirts, and I know the parents are like, oh man, that sucks. Especially when it comes time for sports, right? Everyone's got to have matching cleats and matching shirts. Let's get back on topic. I apologize. So I've been listening to that little kid and thinking about what I wish I had learned from my teachers and my counselors. And when Coach K, or Mr. K, asked me to come here and speak about certain things, I really didn't know. I could talk up here, or stand up here and talk about a whole bunch of acronyms and, what my job title is, and you guys just wouldn't understand, I guess. At least, I don't think you would. I don't want to insult your intelligence, but if I sit up here and told you that I was a battalion OIC, and I manage 1,200 soldiers and make sure they get from point A to point B, and I make sure they gotta get paid, and I make sure you don't care about all that stuff. Okay? This time in this period in your life right now it's gonna set you up for success, or it's gonna set you up for failure. Okay? And that's kind of the picture that I want to paint for you. Today is directly going to affect your lives down the road. Because we don't know who we are yet, but we know who our friends are. And in most cases, we know who those friends a lot better than our parents are sometimes. It's just unfortunate that way, okay? But the Army has a lot more, Everybody else. That's just the cloth I wear, all right? But we have Army, we have Air Force, we have the Navy, we got the Marine, we got, what else, my Coast Guard, all right? All those companies, if you will, are like a giant puzzle piece. So if we're missing one piece of that puzzle, we're not complete at all. Just like you when it comes to your family, and each of us have our own certain roles, right? As far as Army, Navy, those guys, we all have to play our part. So play your part when it comes time for your family. Play your part when it comes time. You guys did a great job today setting all this up. I definitely couldn't have done it at your age. I would have sat over there in the corner and just pretended I didn't know what to do. Okay? So great job with that. But use today, there is, for us older or seasoned people, folks, maybe some of you young guys, you guys ever seen the movie Over the Top? You guys seen that movie before? It's a movie about, there's an actor called Sylvester Stallone. Everybody knows the movie Rocky, right? Everybody knows that guy. He was a truck driver. He drove a truck over the open road, and his son was this rich kid, lived in this rich family and everything, you know, and everything was given to him his entire life. He didn't know what it was like to earn anything. But his dad drove a truck road every day, and he arm wrestled. And there's a certain part in this movie that he went to his kid, and his kid was crying and didn't know what to do, and he said, hey, the world meets nobody halfway. The world meets nobody halfway, little man, all right? So if you want something, and you have the fortitude and the gut to do it, do it. Do not expect anybody to do anything for you. Because if you do, and you have that mindset, you may end up staying in this gym the entire time. Alright? You may be stuck in one spot your entire life. And that's okay, because everybody's different levels of success are different, you know? But if you say, you know what, I want more today. I want more tomorrow, and I don't care what you say, I'm gonna get it. Because the world meets nobody halfway. So if you keep that mindset and stay hungry and be thankful for what you have, your life is gonna be, I have a great life right now. And I don't get paid a whole lot of money. But I know that when I look in the mirror every day, I'm thankful for what I have, and I appreciate what I have, okay? So, with lastly being Veterans Day, I greatly, greatly appreciate what you folks have done. If y'all are still looking for role models and someone to model your life at, you got a lot of options. Okay? Just make sure you choose the right option. Lastly, sir, I appreciate it. Give me a call next year. I'll try to improve. I'll do an AAR after this. Alright? And we'll improve it for next year. Lastly, Hornets, get her done. Alright? Have a good year. And thank you for allowing me to be here.
Now presenting the Hopewell Dance.
Hi, my name is Kaylee Herdman, and I'm the Vice President of Student Council. On behalf of all the students at Hopewell, I'd like to acknowledge the veterans here today. If you are a current or past veteran, please stand up. Now for the Hopewell Hornet Band.
Destiny Miller, the Student Council Secretary here at Hopewell. I would like to thank all of our veterans who have come to our campus today. I hope you all enjoyed our performances from our fine arts program so far. We all appreciate your dedication and sacrifices that you have made for our country. It is people like you who have made the sacrifices to ensure our freedom and enable students like us to have the wonderful opportunities in our lives to be educated and ensure a prosperous future for the United States of America. Thank you, veterans. And now, we would like to present a certificate of appreciation to our guest speaker, Captain Jorge Estrada.
I want to thank everybody for coming out, our parents, our veterans, Fine Arts, y'all did a fantastic job. And students, you guys were fantastic audience members. Thank you. We're going to start